Special day. We have a live crew. We have a crowd gathered down here at City Hall in Jackson, right down in the middle of the heart of where it all happens. And this morning, just in a few moments, the entire world is anticipating the arrival, the appearance, the awakening of the one and only GroundFrog. Now, GroundFrog, of course, is Mr. Froggy's cousin that has been hibernating, and we are anticipating knowing how much more of this cold weather we're going to have. So just in a few moments, we think it's just about time for the GroundFrog to come out of his slumber. And if he sees his shadow or doesn't see his shadow, it depends on how much more winter we have. Now, we have a good crowd of folks gathered. Can we hear from everybody out here this morning? We have dignitaries, Boy Scouts, the National Guard, and it's a great day. It's a beautiful day, so we're hoping winter is about over. So we've been hearing some snoring noises coming out of the hutch back here, so any minute now. So right now, we're going to turn things over to our own Mayor of Forever, Mr. Ernest Harper.
Good morning. We welcome you now to our second annual GroundFrog Day. Of course, if you know the story of Punxsutawney Phil from Pennsylvania, every year that groundhog is brought out. And of course, as you heard Rod talking about, if he sees his shadow, then he goes back in for another 6 weeks of cold weather. If he does not, we get spring early. And this morning we're going to find out if that's the case here in West Tennessee with GroundFrog Day. A lot of special dignitaries, and we're going to begin things this morning, first of all, with the Tennessee National Guard's Color Guard, and also followed by that with the Boy Scout Troop 4031 Pledge of Allegiance and the Scout Oath and Law.
Pledge of allegiance by number one. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scout oaths and laws by number one. The scout is strong.
I do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to love other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and arrogant.
2.
Thank you again to the Tennessee National Guard and Boy Scout Troop 4031 for being here with us this morning. Again, Mr. Froggy is over here with his cousin, the GroundFrog. We're going to find out in a few more minutes whether or not we're going to get spring early this year or if there's going to be more cold weather. Now this morning, let's make welcome the Mayor of Madison County, the Honorable Jimmy Harris, and the Mayor of the City of Jackson, the Honorable Mr. Jerry Kiss. This morning they have a joint proclamation for GroundFrog Day in Jackson and Madison County.
Good morning. This is a joint proclamation here, whereas February 2nd each year is recognized as Groundhog Day, and Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania is the home of the groundhog and recognizes his value as a meteorologist each year. And whereas Jackson, Madison County wishes to give special recognition to February 2nd, 2008, and whereas this recognition will be put forth by Hop and Harvey from Froggy 104, and whereas it has been determined that accurate weather prognostication is important to the residents of Jackson, Madison County, and whereas a new prognosticator has appeared locally, we will attempt to change the technical term for a sunny, warm day which follows 2 rainy days, which we all know is Monday. Now, therefore, we, Jimmy Harris, Mayor of Madison County, and Jerry Gist, Mayor of the City of Jackson, Tennessee, do hereby proclaim Saturday, February 2nd, 2008, as GroundFrog Day in Jackson, Madison County, Tennessee. We do ask all citizens to support our GroundFrog and his weather forecasting.
Thank you, sir. So it's officially GroundFrog Day here in Jackson and Madison County, and we're going to find out in just a few minutes if things are going to warm up. Let's welcome some other dignitaries. Hoppin Harvey and Polly Watt are here this morning from the Morning Splash, Froggy 104. Please make welcome the President of Forever Communications, Ms. Christine Hiller. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Froggy. Now, inside this tent, hermetically sealed inside of the tent right now, is the cousin of Mr. Froggy, the ground frog. It is that time now. Time for us to find out if we're going to get more winter or more spring. Who's for spring? Mr. Froggy, it's time to awake the ground frog. Let's cheer him on. Wake him up. I think the ground frog slept in. Hop and Harvey may have to go in and check. Wake them up! Come. Harvey, can you get in there and do something? They had this problem in Pennsylvania a couple of years ago, and they had barbecued groundhog after that. So, here we go. Welcome to GroundFrog! Mr. Froggy, I think the ground frog is still asleep. Wake up. Let's have a little consultation here on the, what do you think, Shadow? Nancy's beginning here? Well, we've had a little consultation. I think officially they figured out no shadow, time for spring! So no shadow means here in the next week or so, hopefully things will start warming up. We're going to start seeing a little spring flowers come out. Next thing you know, the ground frog will be sunbathing out behind the radio station. Mr. Froggy sunbathing out behind the radio station. Everything's going to be fine. Thanks again to everyone for coming out this morning. I want to thank our sponsors, Tennessee National Guard, the Boy Scouts of America, the City of Jackson, Madison County, the Downtown Development Association, also the Downtown Tavern. Thanks also to Tuxedos by Years for their help this morning with GroundFrog Day. Again, the ground frog says spring is on the way. Thanks again for being here with us this morning. Thanks to all of our dignitaries.